god, bro. Just when you think you want to fully say she's got to be that goddess, they throw a wrench. Oh, we're back, baby. That is a grin of I know you, you know me, and now I'm gonna kill you to save my. Oh, okay. So even though Mr. Goat threw a wrench momentarily, this seals it back. We know who she is. The interesting thing, too, is her legs are closed. So I guess they ain't going up, where we thought last week. That just makes the inside of her skirt all the more TARDIS-oriented. Got some Doctor Who bigger on the inside than it is the outside shit going on here. This guy loves his moons, goddamn. You wanna give us a fucking lunar orgy while you're at it? Jesus. Anyone who's watching the fucking, may I ask for one final thing? That fucking Siscon brother? This is basically the same energy that he has for his sister. This is actually a horror episode. Like, there's no other way to put it. It's a straight-up horror episode where she's psychologically fucking him. You know that's an impressive fucking pissing yourself when it goes through the entire genes and everything like that. Holy hell. Then again, that smile looks like she's ready to confront her. Oh man, is this a mistake? I don't know. Hey you, got this far in the video, make sure you drop a like, share your support, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, Patreon for live reactions and exclusives. If you also want to help fund the channel, videos just like the one you're watching, got a lot to break down. Let us jump into this. So last week, we talked a lot on the channel about probably Dina being Venus. There's also arguments to be made, is Dina just simply a player? But I don't think being a player makes as much sense. It would, I'm not saying a player manipulating another player, acting like an NPC who clearly could probably jump us at any point and be more powerful, can't make sense. But given what they've already established with Venus and Jupiter and all these different people, a goddess storyline makes sense. And I mean, it's getting more common anymore that these stories have a goddess manipulating things behind the scenes. The big question will be good or bad intentions, because memory manipulation has been a thing since the very beginning, right? And these headaches, these almost, the moment in the midpoint of this episode where this happens, where it's almost like a primal instinct of jumping this man, which she even recognizes, like, this isn't how I wrote the character, but this is how the character behaves, so therefore I feel I need to do this. To me, what's happening is Dina is definitely manipulating things like a puppet master, that everyone is her puppets to dance to her will. The question will be, do we go the route of this is just because of boredom? Because if we do go the route that this is a goddess, or even a player, is this just because we're bored and we're manipulating for that? Or is it actually being done for noble purposes? Because we don't know. Because of all the ways, though, for Dina to get exposed, I wasn't expecting the photo thing. Because during this moment where Buddy gets killed here, I thought to myself, this is the biggest mistake this show has made. Because had we let him live for just 2 seconds longer, he was going to expose who she was. And that grin, that grin she gives after knowing she has won is one of the most menacing things I have seen in some time. And this isn't the first time we saw the grin. In last episode, I go and I compare the Venus smile to Dina's smile, and it's very, very similar. There is some differences, but it's very similar. This is a woman who is playing at least both sides. Hell, if she's playing 4 sides, I'm not even going to be surprised at this point. But the fact that when we had her under investigation a couple weeks back, it felt like the perfect opportunity. And there's been enough moments with her as a character that I thought to myself, I'm not going to be surprised if she's even manipulated Dina's memories. And what I mean is, if we go the route that it's like 2 different characters, but in one, like, I don't know, think of Don Machi and what they did with the whole goddess ship there with 2 bodies, right? There's a lot of ways it could go, but in this episode, I think they pretty much confirm Dina is just a master liar. Like, she is better at lying than probably anyone else in this entire anime season. The way she can pretend so well is amazing. So you would have to say, well, how would an author write someone who's been this good at lying and manipulating? Hell, in this episode, when the goat gets recruited, he literally calls out that he knows who she is. He straight up looks at her and says, hey, like, aren't you the background NPC who blends in? So it's like, oh shit, like maybe there, but then again, you can argue, well, she probably just manipulated his memories already, or who knows, right? But at the end of the day, how would someone who's carefully avoided death traps all this time get exposed by not covering her ass with the pictures, but that actually is probably the most intelligent way to write it. Because when you tell a robot, essentially, delete any pictures that you might have on me, and the robot says, what's a picture? And everyone else in that area is acting like, oh, I don't know. Like, yeah, like, what are you talking about pictures? Hey, that's not really that surprising. Magical world doesn't have pictures. Makes sense. But then when you think back in episode 1 and she didn't respond this way, she only responded in this way because the others did. How would someone know of pictures if pictures don't exist in this world? The player allegation would make sense. Goddess makes more sense given what they already established with Venus early on. This is insane revelations, and if next episode goes as dramatic and spicy as they seemingly are setting it up, the exposition and info dumps will be insane, but I feel like I don't want this to happen. But I feel like Dina's gonna get away with it again. Now, the whole fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. I don't think there would be a third time, because really the first time was the interrogation room, the second time is this. If she avoids it here, there's no way she avoids it a third time. But I have a strong suspicion that if we confront her and we avoid any death or aggression, she's gonna be a lot more manipulative going forward. Dina has been sus this whole show. The big question at this point isn't if she's some double, triple, quadruple agent. It's what is the purpose? If it's a player, what is the purpose of manipulating another player in this way? If it's a goddess, is this just for amusement? Is this for a grand, noble purpose? It's hard to say, but this was an incredible episode, chock full of making my mind tremble. And honestly, the animation, there's a lot of art shots that are very like minimal and sometimes bad, no faces, but the animation and art details where it counted absolutely cooked, especially with the visual production, mainly towards the action that was happening. It was a very short scene, mind you, and it essentially turned into a horror episode with a robot chasing down someone who should basically be God. It was very, very amusing and very freaky too, because honestly, the way she continuously would jump scare this man, and she kept calculating it, so the longer she fought him, the more she had like exact odds, like, oh, you got here 5 seconds sooner than I was expecting. Good for you. It's just so freaky, so fun, so mind-trembling. There's no other way to put it. It's just, this show the past couple of weeks have elevated itself into a completely different category. And you know me, I've been liking the show since episode 1, and I think it's been a relatively great show, but the past 2 episodes specifically have been an amazing show. My biggest question will be, is given the opening shot, right, we get to see all of seemingly the party members. In a few episodes, could you introduce the last one? Probably. But I am interested to see how it will go, because now we got the Go, and his character design is fantastic. And they also set up at the end of this episode how we are probably fighting Miss Vampire here. Either way, things are getting spicy for the endgame of this season, and hopefully, I mean, if you look at Mal, there's no episode count listed, but I'm pretty sure I remember seeing it elsewhere that's a 1 core. Hopefully we get a 2nd core, not too far off in the future, because I'm really liking it. But you let me know what you thought down below. I hope she gets exposed next week, but I'm setting my expectations up that she doesn't get exposed so I don't get disappointed if it happens like that. But you let me know what you're thinking down below. Drop a like, share, support, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, Patreon, full live reactions and exclusives. Like I also like to give video shoutouts to my wonderful patrons who make this all possible. So today we got Ryan Kahalili, Jessica L. Compton, Ishta, Eternally Lost, Mav, Jarl Brawlgrove, and we also have Omar. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. Have a good one.